Welcome back, everybody, to the adventures of Ring, Lord of Sardinia, and overall military genius, I think we can all agree. So I want to point out before we start off with, this isn't going to be, we're not permanently returning back to 3 episodes a day. I know for a lot of people that's way too much, and for me to record it's also, I end up stretching myself like way too thin. I think it does affect the quality of the content. So for this series, it will be here just as basically a tithe over for those who aren't really interested in Game of Thrones, because that series has been going on much, much longer than I expected, but also some people who want to see a return to the base game, because we haven't really played anything in the base game since probably Brother La Baguette, I think, was the last one. So that was quite a long time ago. I figured we'd go back to something a bit more simplistic for the time being, but that also means these videos most likely won't be edited, just because I don't have enough time to do 3 series a day that are all edited. It's why I had to go back down to 2 videos from before. So don't worry. If this thing isn't your thing, Game of Thrones will be ending soon anyway, so we'll be diving back into something kind of similar to this. I think we'll go back to something more base game, and then I'll maybe start a secondary series somewhere else of another fantasy mod. I'm not entirely sure. We'll discuss that as we get to it, but today, Ring is decided that there's no more of this fucking half-wars. None of these ridiculous sort of raising up our troops, going to war against these guys and getting absolutely smashed. Today is the day we become a duke. I've decided, we've got half an hour to do it. It's a pretty difficult job, I will admit. It's not exactly the most straightforward thing. I'm making it sound a lot easier than it actually is going to be. But as long as we've got, I mean, we've got 30 in Marshall. How the hell can we not see that? How have I failed this badly? We're overseeing troops. We've got to go with 21 Marshall. That's all we need. That's a great start. Sabotaging province in their capital. Arguably useless, but we might as well do it anyway because, you know, what else are we going to get, like 50 tech points? Pointless. We might as well try and sabotage their capital because that can affect their levy reinforcement rate, which if we go raiding, might be the tiny little edge we need to take the advantage on this one. And then, of course, when our troops do regenerate, we'll go and raid the entire island before actually declaring war again, which will hopefully be as soon as possible. Can we have retinues or anything, or are we still... Oh my god, we can. We probably can't get many, but we can get something. We can get the Han... so skirmishers retinue is cavalry and, of course, archers there as well. Unfortunately, it is kind of garbage. Obviously, you don't really want an archer retinue. It is kind of a waste of time there. We could go for... I mean, anything with light cavalry is good. We've got hand skirmishers or hand skirmishers, huh? Are they identical? Why have we got 2 lots of... We got 2 lots of... Oh, they are just identical. Maybe it's because you're supposed to have more than just 3 and it's just repeating the same thing over and over. So there are noobing retinues that give defensive archers. Like I said, archer retinues are absolutely pointless. Then you got Mitch hand retinues, which are... It's all defensive shit. Light cavalry attack, though. I think I might just go for that one. Trick some gold at that, huh? So we can... We've got a retinue cap of 1,000... We've got this thing used up a retinue cap of 978. Great. So we'd be able to get 150 archers, 150 light cavalry. That's not insignificant. Don't get me wrong. That's not terrible, but I'd rather spend that money on, say, something that gives 10% extra levy size, like a keep, or, you know, like a military training ground for the levy reinforcement, right? Something along those lines. I don't know whether or not that's worth it, but hey, I mean, we've got a few more boats this time, so we can at least do a bit more of a decent raid. Speaking of which, let's go and do a raid. Let's avoid our immediate neighbors here. I don't want to lose so many troops that we can't defend ourselves. Like I've said before, should these guys decide, hang on a minute, I'm kind of sick of this ring guy, let's get him, boys. So if he does that, we kind of want to leave maybe like 500 troops behind, because that might be enough to repel him. I don't know. We can't really just sit on this island and risk it, can we? We can't just sit on this island waiting to eventually get enough troops or boats or whatever to get out of here. That's ridiculous. Right, let's go. Let's seize the day. Carpe diem and all that. Oh, we can't because we don't have enough boats. Fantastic. All right, stand down, men. I'm sorry, I apologize. I've completely misled you all. Can we do anything with China? Don't forget, we do get our Chinese, what is it, the honor guard, so that's pretty decent. We can send them stuff. How long till our next boom? Because this could be pretty important. Another sort of 4 months or so. What is that? September, October. So another sort of 3 months or so there. Sure, absolutely fine with that one. We want to try and get a weapon. Weapons can give foot bonuses. They can give troop bonuses. They can give anything else. Or personal combat, which is also obviously pretty decent. We had another daughter called Ezi. You are not going to be called Ezi. What do we call the last one? Fucking Keith. Call my daughter Keith. Oh my god. Okay. Right, in that case, we'll go for Richard. Richard Ring, welcome, my lovely daughter. What would she like? So that's Keith. Oh my god, she's blind and has cramps. What kind of cursed playthrough is this? This is maybe the hardest start I think I've ever done in Crusader Kings. I mean, arguably the Canary Island start that we did with Igor Thrug was pretty difficult, but at least that was the right religion and right culture. This time we're playing in the equivalent area, we're not even playing in a safer area either, because all our enemies, we're literally surrounded by enemies. This might be the hardest start we've ever done. It's fun though. I do like the more challenging starts, although it will be a slow start, and especially with an unedited series, I might fall asleep. Massalian prayer, let's do it. Messalians believe everyone is born with demons inside them. So I saw some comments on the last episode that said basically something along the lines of, if you manage to become a perfecti, if you expel those demons, you can do whatever the fuck you want, and people will think, oh, he's a very honorable and just guy because you've already expelled your demons, right? We could be the biggest whoremonger, gambling, psychopath, murderer, whatever. We can do whatever we want, basically, and we're free of all sin. So that sounds like it could be fairly useful to do, because that's my playstyle. Not being free of all sin, being a psychopathic murderer. I know that there are ways to earn our wife's trust. 25 prestige is apparently one way to do that. I don't know why I'm still swaying my wife. We should be swaying like this dude here. Minus 58. You know what? Ugh, we can't, because he's in fucking seclusion. When he comes out of hiding, we'll sway this guy, like, immediately, and try and maybe defend ourselves a little bit, because there's actually genuinely nothing to stop him just suddenly whacking us for all that we've got. Do we want to raid him? Do we want to raid him? Because worst case scenario, we just... We raid him, kill off some of his troops, get some gold out of it. Because as long as so we can obviously raid with boats. But if you have a neighboring province, you can raid there and still get the gold out of it, right? We can kill off some of his men as well. Speaking of which, let's kill off some of his men as well. Yeah, that's a pretty good battle for us. They're going to reinforce with 1,500. We've got Ringman on the center. They've got no commanders. Oh, God, this is going to be a close battle. Come on, come on, come on. Kill them quicker. When are they getting here? 23rd of February. Oh, God, that's in like 4 days. Yeah, this could be a difficult one. Shit. Okay, fucking Christ. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Obviously, if we declare an offensive war, we can summon the Chinese honor guard, at which point, you know, we're probably going to be okay. Are we just going to have to sit here and let our troops just fully reinforce? Because that would suck. I don't want to sit through that. It's going to take years. Or maybe if we flip to a better focus where we can actually do something while we're waiting for that. Could go war focus. That +3 martial, as ridiculous as it might sound, might give us the edge that we need. Because it's only a few hundred troops in it, and I'm trying to weaken them up, but it's way too risky, because they actually seem to be fairly diligent about killing us all off here. How many troops do you got again? Why don't we kill him? Oh my god, and put his stupid idiot son in charge instead. Because this guy, fairly okay martial, like 10 martial is, you know, distinctively average. If we can kill him off, then we might be able to get his stupid son to take over. And that might not only, you know, throw him into sort of faction disputes or internal wars or that type of thing. We might be able to just take the edge in the military side of things. And he maxed out 20, got to be around 2,600, right? Yeah, he can't get many more troops than that, whereas we absolutely can. Let's raise those retinues. 200 men might be all the difference. I'm not even kidding. Or 300 men might be all the difference. And is that our biggest retinue size? It absolutely is. Plus they get some bonuses as well. Sure, bring them on board. If nothing else, they'll be a nice defensive force, huh? So, societies then. I kind of think not being in society, and this is sort of something that's applicable to everything you play on CK2, not being in a society is an absolute waste of time. You're just losing an advantage that you would have. Learning greater or equal to 10, that's all we need, and then we could join the Hermetic Society, right at Magnum Opus, maybe even play tall for a while. Might not be such a bad idea. So what do we need? 10 learning. I think that's going to be more or less impossible unless we do the scholarship focus all the way through. Learning +3. What do we get from this? So it's +2, isn't it? If you pick the... Yeah. So that would take us up to 6. Then if we publish a couple of papers, we might get enough learning bonuses to be able to join the Hermetics. And once we're in, we're in. We don't need to worry about that. Especially as you progress through the Hermetics, you're going to get more learning bonuses as well. It's going to be difficult, but I'm actually kind of tempted to do that now. Seeing as we've got to play tall anyway, scholarship gives us some nice bonuses to playing tall, like tech points. It could give us the Necronomicon, and we could, you know, boost up around quite nicely. We've become bitter rivals, by the way, with Bishop Erigu. Hello, my good friend, Bishop Erigu. What's wrong with you? You simple idiot. That's, you know, rich of us to say. Can we imprison anyone? Oh, it gives us tyranny for imprisoning a landed vassal, but we have no landed vassals, so who gives a shit about tyranny? Like, our own courtiers might assassinate us, but that's not such a big deal, or I mean, that's not really an immediate problem, is it? Like, because your courtiers are rarely going to be able to get enough to assassinate you anyway. Can we build anything that would give us troops? We've got cast fortifications. Of course, we're playing with Philogis Tech Mod. We are also playing with the CK2 Plus buildings as well. So there's a lot to take in here. Do we have any buildings that just straight up give troop count, though, my man? That's all I'm after. We got, like, if we got Keep, Early Wooden Castle. Okay, fair enough. Small Castle Domicile. Title is Gajun Tharos. What does that mean? That's awesome, but I don't know what that is. Okay. I feel like then we need to actually upgrade our castle level before we can do anything else here. Reinforced stone. Oh, shit, there it is. Levy size plus 10%, 294 gold. I think we will save up for that one for a while. Maybe even going for business focus so we can debase them in. Oh, God. This is going to be such a hard start, isn't it? Militia training ground. It's 100 light infantry. It's not fantastic, but it's obviously better than nothing, sure. Shooting range, what's that, 80 archers. We could go for another sort of 55 mixed infantry there. And what can China do for us? Can China send us troops? Can they do... Oh, God. Oh, my God. What is this? You've come into the possession of the Confessions of St. Augustine, a series of tomes detailing the life and times of Augustine of Hippo, a Christian theologian from Roman Africa who lived many centuries ago. Studying this historical work could provide insightful. Sure, yeah, to improve your learning. I'm absolutely up with that. What I was going to say, if you guys have any suggestions for good strategies for playing Tall, of course, absolutely hit me with them, because I haven't played Tall in quite a long time, probably since that Eagle Through campaign. Of course, we were playing Pagan there, so playing Tall as Pagan versus playing Feudal as Pagan is a very different game entirely. So, we've got a choice here. We can go for the strategists, which are pretty fantastic. They can give our commanders the Chinese commander traits, which of course we ourselves have. Not only that, they are a very, very good military leader. We go for siege engineers, who start with the Way of the Leopard. They give us double siege speed, which against these guys, we might want to, you know, very much seize that advantage while we've got it. Get to the capital, siege down as fast as possible before they can launch a counter-assault. Kind of not a terrible idea. Then we could also try and get an artifact, and of course the artifact will directly give us bonuses to martial, or potentially, if we get like the Serpent Spear, or the G, or the Zooge Crossbow, personal combat, martial bonuses. I'm gonna get the artifact. Oh, we got an Arm Protector. That's not bad. The Arm Protector gives XP plus 10, so basically more kids. It's not fantastic. The Prestige is quite nice, though. Could have been a lot worse. Honestly, the worst Chinese artifacts are like the little statuettes. Honestly, I'd say the Tapestry is arguably the worst Chinese artifact. So we've kind of rolled the dice pretty, unfortunately. Can we steal another artifact? Oh, we gain 2 learning permanently? Are you kidding me? So if we flip over, we gain 1. That would take us up to 8 if we go for Scholarship Focus. Then if we complete the Scholarship Event Chain, that's going to give us 10. And then we can join the Hermetics. Okay, this could be big. Now, what I'm thinking is maybe let's try and steal ourselves another artifact as well. What is that? Sarsisk. Shanshishk. Elba Germanic. Okay, cool. I've never seen that before. The CK2 Plus adds so much to the religion stuff, which is why I'm partially playing Masalian, to be honest with you, because CK2 Plus actually adds stuff to it to make it worth playing, but adds so many other, like, cultures and religions as well. Just, I mean, look at all the various sort of Germanic cultures that there are kicking around right now. It's pretty insane. So, we're going to let's track down an artifact. Let's steal something that will be fairly useful. We could go for your standard sort of very powerful Tier 5 Christian artifact, or we could go for a fancy sword. Fancy armor, something along those lines that might give us a more of an immediate boost, because like the Bones of St. Peter are all well and good. There are a 10% build cost and a 10% build time bonus, but that you also need money for, and you also need a lot of patience before they really start paying for themselves, which they will obviously over the long term, but I'm thinking we get ourselves a fancy sword, so I'm just going to type in rare artifact. Now, of course, I don't know all of the artifacts. We've got about 3 different bloody artifact mods, not including that added by like CK2 Plus as well here. Just looking for I don't know what a Yadatashi is. I'm looking for a fancy sword, my man. Now I know in Paris, probably. Charles the Bold probably has Joyeuse. Yeah. So he's got Charlemagne's sword. Martial plus 1, diplomacy plus 2, vassal opinion plus 5, short range years minus 2, personal combat skill plus 10. Do we need to be Oh, yeah, we need to be Frankish or French, basically, for that one. That's very annoying. Shit, that's really annoying, because that's such a good sword. What about, so the Kaiser has the Iron Crown of Lombardy. I assume you have to be... Okay, Christian, you have to hold the title of Italy, so that's pointless as well. Where are all the good artifacts these days? What about you? Do you have anything? What about, like, Mercia? Have you got anything? Nope, absolutely nothing. Denmark has apparently taken most of... Oh, it's Viking invasion, so, of course, England is going to be mostly Norse at this stage anyway. Gambatian, you need to be Norse. How am I supposed to track down these decent artifacts quickly? Because, I mean, normally you would just type in rare artifact, but there's so many added by this, it's kind of difficult to track them down. Imperial Diadem, that's kind of nice, but not really necessary. Another thing we can do is obviously do what we did last time, steal something specifically to ship it off to China. Abyssinia normally have the Ark of the Covenant. Let's find specifically the Ark of the Covenant, because I know that thing is pretty fantastic. There's also, like, the Spear of Longinus, which, this will be for those history boys out there. I don't remember if it's Longinus or Longinus, which was the spear that the Roman soldier used to stab Jesus to see if he had done a death yet. Turns out, like, I think he hadn't at that stage. So it's a blessed spear. It does exist in the base game, but it obviously isn't in right now. Is there another weapon? There's, like, King David's sling, but that might just be Jewish. Have we got... This is just all the people called David, huh? And it's definitely not there. I'm just going to type in sling. That's not there either. Shit. Okay, let's go for the Ark of the Covenant. Fuck this. We're going to Indiana Jones it. Get your hat short round. Oh, no, I can't say that this series. Oh, God, I definitely can't say that. Is that Zora's Star? Where'd you find that, my friend? It's pretty good. Roman religion. So it adds all these artifacts as well to all these religions that, honestly, Paradox have basically ignored. Ark of the Covenant. There it is. The Prince of Axum. So what's he got? And there it is, the Ark of the Covenant. Oh, my God, it's better than I thought. It gives morale defense and morale damage. Plus it gives piety, stewardship, same religious opinion. Yeah, I would like that. Can I borrow that? We're gonna have to mark some special interest. How long have we been playing? We've tried to steal 2 artifacts. So we're gonna have to wait a couple of years yet before we can steal it again. I don't know if we have the cooldown enabled for this mod pack. If not, No, we don't. So what I'll do then, before next episode, I'll enable it so that we can actually see the cooldown we've got left on being able to steal artifacts. If we had more boats, this wouldn't be an issue. We could just turn it to places with boats and, you know, raid them down and do what raiders do. Abyssinia is different, though, because obviously we can't really get to that. You can't sail down... You know, you can't sail down the Nile Delta. You can't get between the Mediterranean and the sort of Arabian Sea here. Is that the Red Sea? Wait, don't tell me. Yeah, it is. Absolutely. Geographic genius right there. Because I know the name of one of the biggest bodies of water in the world. Anyway, so... I think outside of the artifact acquisition mod, there's no actual way to get control of the Ark of the Covenant. Unless we were to somehow land him in an area where we could get to him. Let's not worry about that. That's not important. So you want to keep an eye on Venice as well, because Venice is probably, I mean, between like Venice and Capua and Neapoli and places like that, they're going to be our main source of gold this playthrough. Not only that, they generally tend to come into quite a lot of, Amalfi. They generally tend to come into quite a lot of artifacts as well. So I'm also keeping a close eye on the Pope. Now, normally it spawns with Burn St. Peter, like I said. This time, we've been absolutely screwed by the game. It's a real shame that those aren't in, because the build time, build cost modifier when trying to play tall from those things is fucking incredible. Court physician. You are a possessed, greedy, craven, wicked woman. Welcome aboard. I surround myself with those... Sorry? Despite your prayers, you're haunted by the lustful dreams of night. Craving for the carnal pleasures feels as if it will overwhelm you at all times. I'll surround myself... so we really just want to clap some cheeks, and now we're going to surround ourselves with only men. Our wife is also pregnant, by the way. Seems like you're not trying that hard. I'm going to be honest, you're not really doing a good job. So one thing people also complain about, oh, fuck, there we go. Oh, fucking good God. Feel free to clip this one. The bold contours and muscles of the young men in your court are becoming irresistible. You realize you've been spending your days idly dreaming of their strong, oiled arms. I must resist temptation, or I have no choice but to give in. Stay strong. Ring, ring, stay strong. You must become a perfecti, so then you can do whatever you want. Then you can have all the strong muscle... Excuse me, why is it doing that? Can you see this shit? There we go, we're good this time. What was I... Oh, I remember what I was doing. So people have been complaining as well, because this is not the work of art that I normally give us. I apologize for that. That was entirely my own mistake. It was severely overlooked. I wanted to just dive into the series as quick as possible. So this time around, we're going to go for a very avant-garde theme. I know I normally tend to do just sort of mishmash shapes and build like these horrible animal homunculuses. This time... we're going for something thematic, something that suits our good man Ring Ring. We're looking for something else that just sort of fits in that bottom corner there. Excuse me, I'm looking for any sort of like animal, any pattern that fits nicely. I do like the sort of offline, like the lines that don't line up are so fucking good. That might be, this is my new meta. This is so fucking good. Oh my God. Right, we need to find one more. Come on, there's got to be something else that just doesn't quite fit. That's all I'm asking for. Right, let's go right the way back here. Oh man, that one's pretty good as well. That one's good. I like that. What else we got here? There was like just a corner. Shit, that's really bad. That genuinely looks like a graphics error. Fuck it, let's do it. All right. Okay, so we'll go for the purple. Purple and peach is always a classic combo. A nice vomit orange. That's fantastic. Oh, there we go. And a nice horrible yellow to go with. That one's pretty good. We need something a bit more contrasting. The bright blue is absolutely fantastic. Graphic design is my passion. Hopefully you guys can see that. Dark red, it kind of works too well with the purple. That though, that clashes nicely. And then I do like the vomit and the peach, because they do kind of work, but they're not quite there, and it's just kind of irritating, you know? And then for the actual emblem, we will have Ring Ring famously possesses the grace of a goat? A mountain gazelle? I don't know what that is. Whatever that is, he's got the grace of it. Ring Ring also famously has the horn of a unicorn. Hence the lustful trait. Thinking about those big, strong, oily arms gives him the horn. We've got... If it wasn't demonetized before, it is now. Let's go for the... he does have the tail of a bull. Famously, bulls are renowned for obviously having quite famously powerful tails there. And then finally... you guys probably didn't expect this when you thought it was going to go for another animal or something. No, he has the hourglass figure. Well, it's debatable, really. He has the body of a chalice, as in, you can drink long and deep from Ring Ring. There he is. And with that, I feel like I don't need to carry on with this episode. We are obviously going to, because we've not done anything. Nothing has happened. We've somehow filled 20 minutes with just fucking garbage. Oh, God. That's why, you know what, you don't come to this channel, I would hope, expecting good CK2 gameplay. There is none. I'm sorry, but the well, it runs dry, sir. Let's, excuse me. My wife will give birth under auspicious stars? Well, why have we got her in the garden? Come back inside, you catch your death cold. What else can we build in our castle then? So we need, what is it, 2-9 something something? Too much work and no play makes Homer something something. Where is it? It was like 293? There it is. Reinforced stone fort. 294. Prices have gone up. It's inflation. For Bank of England standard 0.5% there. Although it's slightly less than 0.5%. So that also gives cultural technology points. You're telling me the highest level of a stone fort. Oh, it turns into a palace fortress and then keep. That seems very weird. I don't care about you, my man. I don't care about your revolts. Can we steal his artifact now? We know where the Ark of the Covenant is. It's probably not going anywhere unless this guy, you know, loses war and then, by extent, loses one of the best artifacts in the game. So he's got just shy of 3,000 troops. We have 1,200 troops. We're not fully reinforced. We're about half reinforced right now. Plus our Chinese honor guard, plus our retinue. I think we can do it. It sounds ridiculous, but I think we can do it. You've also got to bear in mind we have 38 marshal. The only downside is he has commanders, whereas we don't. We as a count can only, you know, have 2 commanders, one of which is most likely Afric. Do they just get a claim on my title? If they use that. Why is he fabricating claims? Surely he has ducal claims. Or maybe not. Maybe like CK2 Plus adds like a cooldown or something like that to start off with here. Oh well, that's fine. So this guy... Oh, it's one of his vassals has also got a claim on things. You know what? Go for it. Let them come in the name of... I'm not going to finish that joke. That's really bad. Okay, 9 boats. We could go raiding. Anyone up for a little bit of raiding? I think, well, I mean, we could also raise vassal fleets. Thanks you. There is actually a vassal boat. How could I... Silly me, thinking that 0 was not actually 1 all along. Fantastic. Okay, we got 10 boats. What can we do with that? We can send all 994. Oh my shit, we can actually do a raid. Okay. Now, what is this? Sorry, the what? Provençals? Provençals Liberation Revolt. Interesting. You enjoyed that one. Right, so where are we going to go then? We want to go somewhere where we can actually burn it down, which means we've got to basically aim for somewhere with a garrison and a levy of combined size of less than 900. Kind of thinking Ireland right now. Kind of thinking like the Danish part of England right now, or we can even go for like Jorvik, something like that. Something that's fresh, something that hasn't had a chance to establish itself. So going right into the deep heart of the HRE would be a just horrendous idea. Ring Renshi. Prolific. Oh, that's garbage. Why prolific of all things? Okay, Keith, Richard. What about Steve? Not even Steven. We're just going to be Steve. Steve Ring, or as they would say in of course, the classic Chinese parlance, Ring Steve. Okay, fantastic. Let's give you... What are we going to train this kid in? Like Thrift Marshal? He hasn't really got anything that lends himself to anything. You are a fairly garbage son, I'll be completely honest with you. Right, let's also assign... Excuse me, game pause, thank you. So assign Guardian, let's train him ourselves. In fact, this is the first kid I think I've actually bothered to educate. You're blind, so... Shit, so what are we going to do? Give him Thrift. Sure, you can count some coins for us. You don't need eyes for that. You go, my friend. You will be educated by our good friend, Chuan, Treasurer. That seems pretty good education. Then we've got a giant low fertility daughter who I guess Running can educate until we get, you know, there's no point not using him when he's this good a character. But for the time being, we'll educate her until maybe we get like another... Oh, apparently Keith is mastering the art of swordsmanship. Well done, Keith. Until we get, you know, like a son or something along those lines, because I've... No, wait, we're not agnatic agnatic, are we? Because we're Massalian. We are like absolute agnatic. So any... Wait, what? Only males can inherit. What the fuck are you talking about? Massalian. No opinion penalty. Women may hold or counsel... I thought we started with total equality. Have you lied to me? Game... Don't do that. It's probably because the actual title of... You can't just, like, load into the HRE and then suddenly the title flips over because you change religion. That's not how that works. Just for reference. My vassals are mad because I've raised their levies. Yeah? My vassals can get to fuck. What have we got here? See, this is what I'm talking about. Look at this. 268 plus 511. We can actually raid these places. I mean, granted, it is Devon, so there's nothing good there. What else have we got? We've got, like, Winchester. That's going to be way too fortified. Essex. That's a shit tip. Okay, nothing there. Sussex. Nothing. Wales. Oh, God, how the hell is Wales more defended than Devon? Oh, hang on a minute. I mean, they're both kind of backwards. Kerry has... Jesus, why is Devon, of all the places, the one place we can actually raid, huh? Like, even the tribal lands are less well-defended, or sorry, more well-defended than Devon. We actually might be able to succeed with this as well. The Siege of Lidford. Okay, how long is this going to take, then? Absolutely fucking years. Now, I would also like to point out, we're playing on speed 5. It is going at about... What's that? 8 frames a second. And for Speed 5, it is incredibly, incredibly solid to say that we're basically playing the base game. So I think CK2 Plus is really throwing a spanner in the works here. It doesn't seem like it's maybe the most stable release that the CK2 Plus team have ever put out. Granted, it's in a beta. So whatever you see here isn't probably going to be representative of the, I could use some new silk clothes, thank you. It's probably not going to be too representative of the final product whenever that's released. Could request an invasion. Who could we request an invasion of? The Byzantines, the Carolingian Empire, break them apart. Build a new empire, a Chinese empire. Interesting. Not right now, though. Thank you. We'll just request another artifact. Please be a weapon. Come on. Be a sword. Be anything. Tank calligraphy? Tank fucking calligraphy? We're going to roll it up and whack him with it? You shit. Oh, good. Well, at least I've got city vassal opinion. Now all I need is some city vassals. You motherfucker. I can't believe you do that to me. Oh, we should also probably leave the siege ourselves there. Minus 5.5% every 12 days, just in case they actually do send enough troops to be able to stop us here. This will be a good amount of gold as well. If we do manage to burn this down, we can then start on the bishopric of Exeter. We can start on the bishopric of, sorry, the Bojalen of Axminster. Sorry? Bojalen? What is that? Oh, it's Cornish. Yeah, they don't speak any sort of language that's understandable by human tongue. Only Klingons can understand Cornish. It's a very strange thing to hear spoken. How are we doing? Minus 5.5% every 12. So if we kill off another sort of 1 or 2... We can build our fucking castle. We can build our castle. My god. That's another 10% levy size. Might not seem like a lot. It's another 150 troops to put it into perspective. I think actually we've got enough forces to be able to maybe whack them around a bit now. We've got 3,100. God. I'm hoping the raid strategy works, I'm going to be honest with you. The one I was sort of talking about last episode, whereby we would raise troops, go and raid their various provinces, torch them if we can, because we can, we have enough troops at this stage. Torch them, and then when they've got the looting modifier, lowers their level of reinforcements, whatever, kill off as many troops as we can, then declare the war when they're super, super weakened. We need to kind of find ways to undermine them as much as possible before we can launch any sort of successful border conquest, invasion, regular conquest, whatever else. How are we doing? We are at 39.5%. We've been away from Sardinia for many, many months, and our wife is pregnant. Don't ask how. This is ridiculous. Okay. Every 12 days. Now, I believe I've turned off siege events, because siege events are an absolute pain in the arse, and I actually kind of have grown to hate them over the many, many series that we've played. Oh no, there was an outbreak of typhoid, and all your troops are now dead, even though there's a single man left defending the castle. How many series have we had that's happened? Not that I'm salty or anything, but I think that's a fucking garbage. It's the same thing as well. It should be a ratio. I've said this before. It should be a ratio of, you can launch an assault if you have X amount of troops per their X amount of troops. The daemon of Luxuria is cleansed from my soul. We've lost lustful and hiddenness. We've gained chaste. Shit. Are we perfecting now? Oh my god, please don't tell me you need to get all the virtues. I thought just getting rid of all the sins would do it, but maybe we actually do need to get all the fucking virtues as well. That would be insane. Oh my god, okay. So, achieve perfection. What do we need? 500 piety. Religion has an authority greater than 70. Are you kidding me? Oh, well, that's only going to take about 400 fucking years. You're joking. 70 moral authority? I might remove that. I might actually remove that, because I didn't realize we would have to basically re-empower the religion entirely to get our main religious feature. That was not on my list of things to do. You guys let me know what you think about that one. I might just skillfully whip that one out of the code there, because that's an absolute pain in the fucking ass trying to achieve that, huh? Alright, what do we do? We can gain the trait kind, or we can imprison anyone of importance we can find, or we can just fucking kill them all like an absolute lunatic. Prison them. 50. That's a lot of money. 63 gold. It took us a long time to get to this stage, but my god, we're actually going to start bringing in a decent amount, huh? What about the castle? Siege of Exeter, I assume, is a city. Oh no, it is actually just a temple there. 12.8 every... We could probably assault this down. I think if we assault this down, take what gold we've got, go back and let our forces regenerate. Because to be honest, with a guy with 38, yeah, a guy with 38 martial lead in the center here, we're probably not going to lose a huge amount of troops. Nice. We can take the bishop prisoner and become just. Of course, why wouldn't you? Everybody knows that if you took a prisoner, a bishop, into your prison, then you will become a just man. Did we actually succeed with that? Oh my god, we got the bishop though, which is pretty nice. That was quite a low chance. And then Axminster is left, but I think our boats are full. Our boats are full. We've got 100 gold, my friends. It might not seem like like very much at all, to be honest with you, but that is that's good. That's big. This is a big day for England. The first ever successful raid. I mean, like I called yesterday's episode, it's the art of war. It's the art of war all over again. What the hell is the Ghaznavids? Rise of the Ghaznavids. Is this another... Oh, it's an adventurer. I think this is base game, isn't it? We won't worry about that. That's not too important at all. Right. Bring him home. Bring this man home. We could hire mercenaries. We can put this money to good use and hire some mercenaries. What do you guys think? I'm asking you that, implying that I'm actually going to listen to your results rather than dock these boats and then immediately buy mercenaries and give it a go. Okay, Ring Ring. Let's get you home. And let's go for their capital. Fuck it, I'm coming out gunning. I'm coming out gunning. If we try this every single episode, one day we're going to be successful, and then we can actually start. All we've got to do is take control of the whole of Sardinia. Then we're going to be in a good situation where we can build up our economy, we can build up our lands, we can build up our armies, whatever else. Ideally, we want to take Corsica as well, because the actual kingdom, I believe, requires us to grab that too. 2 duchy level titles. So unless we get something titular, we are going to require Corsica as well, which isn't fantastic, I'll be honest with you, because they are under the HRE. Oh, apparently not. What the fuck am I looking at? What is this? Oh, there's the capital. Why has it put the shield, like, in such a strange place? Yeah, 31,000 men. I'm not a particularly big fan of trying to fight that. I feel like that would take Ring Ring about 1,000 years before he's strong enough to be able to wipe those guys out. Am I seeing that? Oh my god, we're on Dynasty map mode. I saw Rome and it just said no Dynasty over the top of it. I thought something had horribly bugged out. Right, get these boats home, my friend. And then, wait for it. Sorry, you gotta wait for it. We're on speed 5. This is as fast as it can go right here. An influx of loot has given us another 5% levy size, which is quite nice. It's not particularly impressive, but it's okay. Right, troops are being reinforced. Excellent. Put the galleys down. Get that done as soon as possible. Flip over to war focus. Yes. Also gives personal combat skill +10, which I love. Let's stop leading armies for the time being. Let's get him some rest. Get him some chance to sit down. Don't become stressed, please. Thank you. 41 marshal. That is going to increase our levy size as well. Not by a huge amount. Chuanzu, what's she like? Another prolific fucking child. I don't want any more prolific children. You know, strong or giant or anything like that would have been fantastic. Keith, what have we got? Sorry, I need to check our names again. We've got lovely Keith, Richard, Steve, Chuanzu. You will be called Nigel. Nigel Ring. Welcome aboard. My lovely... I should give the boys girls' names and the girls' boys' names. Steve is clearly a man. No, get out of here. You're going to be called Edna. I've decided you are now Edna Ring. Welcome aboard, Edna Ring. Just to really, really fucking confuse things, you must attempt to save my Nigel. Please. My poor daughter, Nigel. And, of course, their grandfather is the Chinese Emperor. So that's a pretty fantastic family tree right there. So, mercenaries. Let's talk about how much they actually cost. We get 2,000 men. We get 2,000 men, and we can get them for... not long. Like, 4 months. It's not bad, though. What if we get like 1,800, slightly lower? Ooh, man, that's not bad. 8.6, the Sardinian band. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Let's let them reinforce. Let the morale increase. Let them tick back up. Get us on the center. Stop lead armies, my friend. Plus, we also get ourselves basically a free commander with that as well. Right. You stop. Get on the flank. 41, 21, 18. When the morale is up, we're going to go to war. We're going to raise the honor guard, and we're immediately going to hit their capital. Like, this army is going to start moving towards their capital before that's... before we declare the war. Like, we're going to wait until we're a day away. They're going to land there. Either A, they're going to raise their troops onto us, which is obviously going to be devastating for them, or they're not going to be able to raise their troops, which means we're going to be able to, with our second troops that we raise up, our Chinese honor guard, be able to sweep up the rest of the armies on the island. This could be a big brain play if it works. So you have to bear with me on this one, because, I mean, every time I've said this is going to be a big brain play, it's either never worked or not been that impressive in the end. Alright, here we go. Right, bear with. How are we looking? What's our average morale? We're good. We're absolutely good. Okay. Cagliari. More like, duel him to death and then let his son fight me instead. Ah, filthy, spineless jester. What has that done for him? Nothing. He actually didn't give a shit about that. Alright, so we can go for Torres. I think we go for Torres. Oh, we can't go for either. What the fuck do you mean? Oh, we need 76 gold? I didn't want to borrow money, but I've just done it, haven't I? I've been forced. My hand has been forced. Right, Torres... Stop. Move the troops. Remember what you planned. They've got 300 men already there. How long till we get to the capital? 23rd of April. This could be a horrible idea. Obviously, there might be an argument for waiting and raising the Chinese, the Chinese honor guard, then attacking with one absolute unit. But you know what? Let's do it. This could be incredible. Raise the Chinese honor. It's 500 men. It's not fantastic, but it will do. Okay. Working like a charm. They weren't able to raise their troops. They got 1,200. Got 50. Okay. Right. Does not sound like a solid investment. By May, join me in the battle. By May. Okay, job well done. Caused significant destruction in the capital. Local build time modified. Not what we needed. Gonna be completely frank, that was actually kind of a waste of time, but that's okay. Nothing to worry about. Right. Do we take out their armies before their morale increases? Because these guys are questionable. They are questionable. Even with that army all as one unit, they would not be able to they wouldn't be able to defeat us, I think. What's that going to be? 500. It's going to be. They're going to have roughly 2,000. We're going to have 2,300. Granted, they have what? River crossing? Mountains. Oh, that's nothing to worry about either. Okay. Plus, we've obviously got 41 march. We've got just fantastic commanders. We're going to wipe them out. Plus, they're still at half morale. Did they just raise more troops onto us at half morale? That was very silly. These guys were going to reinforce at potentially no morale as well. Come on. It's all down to ring. Their flank has fallen. Okay, cool. Right flank is fallen. Center is falling. This could be it. Oh my god, this is it. Ring. It's taken almost 3 episodes, but we're actually going to get you out of here, my friend. Okay, chase them down. Don't give them a chance for their morale to increase. Where are they getting these fucking troops from? What is this? Oh, the actual army of Taurus have raised their troops. Okay, this is going to be a little more dangerous then. Itching for a fight. It was all worth it. We've killed one of their commanders. Fine, I'll take it. Okay, their right flank is fallen. Left flank is about to fail. We're not actually losing too many troops. Our morale is holding very, very, very strong here. Okay, now we're in pursuit. This is where we can kill a fair amount of their dudes. They did just reinforce. Not a problem. Oh my god, they're getting annihilated. They're getting absolutely annihilated. Okay, turn the speed down a little bit because we need to be very careful about how we progress from now on. Because our troops are also getting a little bit decimated here. You got to remember they've got the field advantage. They've got the troop advantage. Oh god. Don't do this. Do not crash when ring is at his golden hour. I mean, it hasn't crashed. It's music's clear. It's just, sorry, it's just working out how the battle's got to work. Just bear with it a minute. So how's everyone doing? It's pretty warm today. It's been absurdly warm today. I'm actually, as we currently are talking, I'm basically melting through the desk. I'm going to be completely honest with you. What's making it entirely worse is the fact that I feel like this may have all just been for nothing because, well, as you can see here, I mean, the music's still going. Normally when CK2 crashes, the music stops. But I don't really want to edit this, especially as we're 36 minutes in. We could just enjoy the soundtrack together. Or I could potentially read you guys a nice story. I'm going to go and Google a nice story to start reading to you guys while we wait for this shit to load. Right, so here we go. Let's go. Eye of Argon. Okay. I hope you're all strapped in. I hope you're ready. This is The Eye of Argon by Jim Theus. And the music in the background is really going to help out, in my honest opinion. The weather-beaten trail wound ahead into the dust-racked climes of the barren land which dominates large portions of the Norgolian Empire. Age-worn hoofprints smothered by the sifting sands of time shone dully against the dust-splattered crust of earth. The tireless sun cast its parching rays of incandescence from overhead. We're back. Thank you. I don't have to read any more of the Eye of Argon. Oh my god, what the fuck was it doing then? I've never seen it do that before. Okay, The Eye of Argon, by the way, just to clarify, is officially voted the worst fantasy novel ever written. So I was literally just going to sit here and read it until it worked. Thank God I don't have to do that. That's going to be the running gag of this series. Whenever it starts to crash, we're going to go right back to The Eye of Argon. I'll make sure I put a bookmark where we left off. Did I go to the right place? They are arriving in Taurus. Okay, round 2. I love that when we turn up, their center immediately falls. That's giving me great confidence. Let's hope to fuck it doesn't... Oh god, don't do it again. No, come on. You stay strong. Stay strong. My processor, it's not good enough for this. Why are we getting no fucking war score either? I mean, that's not inspiring confidence, is it? That inspires fear. Fear into my heart. Okay, they're going to attack into us this time because we are the most organized army who's ever done lived. It's because they're turning up, they're immediately retreating, which is a kind of a pain in the ass. It means we obviously can't kill off the troops too frequently. Where did we get 200? Oh, because I took the money out, didn't I? Yeah, borrowed a loan. Yeah, I was going to say, how the hell have we come out of this war in profit? This is going to be very protracted and a complete waste of time. I can't believe we're not getting any war score as well. 8%. 8%. We've won like multiple major battles at this stage. Okay. I guess we just keep going. Just over and over and over. We split their army in half. What do we do? Should we raise some more troops and go for their capital? Like, how can I not? Right, borrow some more money. Let's hire the treasure fleet. You sound expensive. I'm not interested. We get 4,000 men for 23 gold a month, 280 up front. Maybe not. I'll just get like another 2,700 boys. Just get ourselves plenty of boys there. You can just go and siege. That's all you're here for. Ring can keep their army busy. Our good friend, Ramiro, who put you in charge of an army? Good God. Thank you with your 9 marshal. I appreciate the effort. He can be in charge of sieging the capital. That way, one way we're going to get some war score out of this. Either way, we're going to get something. Their troops are being whittled down, like super, super significantly here. What are they down to, like the last 1,000? We are, more importantly, not losing any troops either. We're losing like a dozen at a time, and they are actually taking pretty significant permanent losses from this. Their capital is being sieged. How much is this costing me per month? 23 gold per month. Oh, God. Well, we can keep this war going for like just over a year and a bit. So it's not such a big deal. I think by then the capital will have definitely fallen. How are we looking? 5.8% every 12 days. Or not. Oh my god, that's going to take ages. May the gods protect them. China, can you do anything? Can you send me a sword now? History of Tang. Truly a magnificent item. Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate that one. What does that do for us? Fertility plus 5%. My man just went through 3 years of torture. He almost turned gay because he was that desperate for some. And now you sent him a book on fertility? Talk about a slap in the fucking face. Good God. I'm married to your daughter, you weird man. That's such a strange gift to give someone. Okay, anyway, we're still doing well. Their troops are... Well, I'm thinking we wait for these guys to movement lock. 4th of October, because they are... I don't know if you've noticed this. They've been going back and forth, trying to avoid us. Let's let them movement lock, and then we'll move in as well. There you go. They're stuck now. They have to show down with the mighty ring. They're going to be reinforced into a losing battle. Yeah, look at that. Just immediately crushed. Holy shit. How's the capital going? Slow. Exceptionally slow. Oh, God, I can't cut this off here, and I might have to. This is going to be an hour-long episode of Ring's Conquest, and I feel like people are going to fucking kill me. Or is it a cliffhanger? Is that what this really is? The world's greatest cliffhanger. I mean, it's not much of a cliffhanger. I'm pretty sure we're going to win, but I can't make it go any longer. Otherwise, we are actually going to be here for hours. Tomorrow's episode is going to be very action-packed, though. We're going to get another territory. How fun. Talk about a way to bring your audience back, huh? Let's give a shout out to the insane top tier level patrons who didn't make this series possible, but they made all the others possible, and honestly that's all that matters, because this one is complete trash. I think we can all agree on that. A big thank you to Alpha Scuff, Asuna Kuroto, Atmosis, Average Gamer 419, Bacon Kitten, Blurry Bunny, Sidini, Crazy Pat, Crosis, Demon Daenerys, Donald, Fukuno Vasquez, Fungus King, Gogolus, Harik, Jimbo, Josh Lindeen Tesla, Justin Wallace, Kaden Carter, Michael Mullen, Mr. Smug, Muskratful, Nathan Flores, Necrophilim, Pelvis Presley, Skaz, Southall the Swede, Stannis Amanis, Toby Cruz, Tom Terror 18, Tyler Kendall, Vacuous Backers, and Zazzy 7011. Thank you for your support of the Insane Tier levels on Patreon. Thank you for making Ring and the many more important and better series possible in the first place. Much appreciated. And a shout out as well to Astro, Adam Person, Akari, Andrew Wilson, Arachne44, Ben Trope, Betson Spanks, Better Valerian, Chris, David Van Diepen, Don, Duncan 2 and 7, Fraser Brennan, Gabriel Faulkner, Gabriel Van Ders, Gaz, GDWK Run, Gray, Haji Damar, Hancock, Ice Will Come, I See the Great, Israel, Jay Lara, James Barnes, Jose, Joran DeVries, Jessica Smith, John Holiday, Johnny No, Jordan Campbell, Joseph Beard, Justin Plock, Justin Walters, LeSmee, Llewellyn Thomas, Luke Wallace, Matthew, Marcus, Monty, Nathaniel Lindbergh, Nick, Noah Gallimore, Pan Samu, Panther Pearl, Payback 1 through 7, Peyton Dennis R, Russian Olgar, Billionaire, Shari, Smirt 1, Talard, The Insane Pickle, The Forsaken One, Wesley Grayson, Will Wade, Wolfie, Yorkers, and CK2. Thank you. And that's exactly why we had to cut this episode off early, because the Patreon list takes about 40 years. See you guys tomorrow. Unfortunately. Unfortunately, I'll see you all for another episode of fucking Ring tomorrow.